So you told me not too long ago, you said, Rich, it's our duty to educate the prospect so
Right.
that they're aware of how they're offering insurance and what that means to their close rates. For example, you said it may be that they're not taking advantage of the different milestones in the inspiration and decision to make a travel purchase to the moment when travel insurance can't be purchased anymore because of some other milestone.
Right.
So, explain to me a little bit more how you guys came around to that, understanding that you had to do this education.
Yeah, I mean, because we try to listen to our advisors, right? And so going in there, I hear what they want. I hear their needs. If you talk and listen to them, sometimes they struggle with convincing the consumer, why is travel insurance important? Luckily for us, I mean, COVID has definitely shined a light on the travel insurance industry. I should say lucky and unlucky because
Right.
we obviously aren't having the traveler volume that we once had. But it has shined a light on the importance of travel insurance. So what we strive to do is, once again, to your point, try to make it consultative. And I'll use a perfect example we had previously, a prospect that we have been in communication with for several years, to be honest with you. And, we finally got to that point where they were interested in having a real conversation with us. We sat down. Obviously, it was via Zoom, so here in my home office, but had a good discussion with them. In that initial discussion, we found out really 2 points of need. One was their conversion rate was dropping, and two, they were lacking some customer service that they really wanted. So we were able, through that initial discussion process, to just have a conversation with them. And I think Roger McNamara brought it up on your last, be casual, right? It should be an everyday conversation, just like you and I are having. I'm not coming in there necessarily and just doing my sales pitch minute one. I want to understand, I want to have that conversation. So in those conversations, we were able to find out, they had those 2 points of need. So we addressed them, right? In our bid, we kind of thought, well, how can we address this, but at the same time, meet the needs of the carrier, of us. We're concerned with making sure it's profitable, right? We're not like a cruise line. Where a cruise line, if they get that sale, that person is going and there's no money that has to be given back outside of the cancellation penalties. With us, we might sell the policy, but we still might lose money on that policy, right? So it's important for us to drive conversion and make it sure it's profitable. And so what we looked at in that situation was, we clearly saw that their participation was only happening with an older demographic. So we thought, well, let's dive into this a little deeper. What if we went in there and made the product, custom age rated? So we bracketed it by specific age categories. So that way it doesn't deter that younger traveler from buying because they're having to pay a rate that is higher than what they can find on the open market. And in doing that, it was great. We gained their trust. They kind of took us as, hey, they got our best interest in heart, and it's going to grow their participation rate. So at the end of the day, what does that mean then for the tour operator? Fortunately for them, it's going to be a higher conversion rate. That means possibly more income coming their way, right? So we try to walk them through the math on that. But to your earlier point, the key part of it is you got to get that information from them up front, and you got to have those conversations. And it's more active listening than it is me talking.